I mean, that works for me, I think. Works for me. I don't have any plans for what to do right now. Why does my voice sound like that? Hello? Am I crazy or does my voice sound funky? I think I'm crazy. I have no... You know, I had this great idea to play this video game called Minecraft. And then I had a better idea to stream. And now that I'm doing it, I realize I have no idea what to talk about at all. So maybe it's not the best idea. Hello, cat. Oh, I hate that. I want to finish doing the area right here because it's very, very hard on my frame rate. It makes me lag, and I don't like it. Wait a minute. Pretty sure this is supposed to be here. I think that's supposed to be there, actually. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah, that was right. Do, 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 do. It's been a while since I've built this, so do get a little bit confusing. There we go. And then the only thing that should be missing is that area that I forgot to do, right? Now that the walls are finally going up, it's going to be time to decide on how I want to spawn proof it. I hate myself. Whatever. So, the only annoying thing about building here is having, well, okay, it's not annoying. The best part about building a base in an ocean monument is you have a certain amount, like you have a certain point where mobs can't spawn in the bounding box, and I think I'm above it right now. But it should be like from that place to where the top of the monument originally was, that mobs can't spawn, which is really great until you start building outside of that box and you have to start mob proofing stuff again. So I'm going to have to figure out how I want to build what kind of mob proofing I want to do, because there's the option to light stuff up, or there's the option to place I want to say disruptive blocks, but that's not the right word. Like, place blocks that will inhibit mob spawning due to them being either not full blocks or... Yeah, so basically I can either place carpets, slabs, or string. Or buttons, I guess. I could use buttons. And right now I'm leaning towards string, because string is invisible. And you won't be able to, like, see the... I'm one block short? That's infuriating. I'm leaning towards the idea of using buttons because string is invisible, but buttons might be another option. Alternatively, I could also just not place anything, because all these prismarine blocks will get replaced eventually. So I do have the option to do that as well. I don't know if I'm going to. But for now, I want to focus on building up this turret, this tower, not turret. I think it's like this. It is 2 blocks? 2 blocks high. Alright. I gotta find better music to use. Not that I don't like NCS. NCS is fine, but this really isn't it. I mean, the music's fine. I like NCS music, but I gotta find a mix between using lo-fi and using NCS. There's gotta be a better option. Maybe it's just this song I don't like. I don't know. Maybe it just needs to be louder. Volume never hurt anybody, right? Shiz. This guy kind of his voice kind of reminds me of, like, specifically, like, not Western, but kind of country-ish, like pop country songs. And what I mean by that is it reminds me of Cars. I don't know why. His vocals just give me a Cars vibe, which isn't a bad thing. I love Cars. Oh, I've been looking at prismarine so much, it's starting to look like a dinosaur scale. That's a weird thing to say. You know, this build pattern I created is both super easy to build and repeatable, and also so annoying. Like, it's not difficult, but it's very easy to repeatably build. It's just so annoying. I'm no snealing. I want to play some Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't played that game in probably over a month, I think. But I'm still feeling dope. I won't give up, I'm still healing, dude. I know this song. On the surface, da 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 da. The word is out. That's the song. Yeah. Alright, so that should be the top of the build. That's all I have designed out for now. On the surface, I'm in, the word is out. The other thing I probably should do is fix the copper farm. Because currently the copper farm is busted. You know what else is busted? The textures in this game. I don't know if that's... Oops. I think it's an Optifine bug where you get those invisible glitches sometimes because I'm using Optifine. I think it's something to do with performance settings that I have enabled. But it's not game breaking, so I'm not gonna stop it. And it doesn't happen all the time, just occasionally. My FPS does seem kind of whack right now. I wonder if I swap... No, I like that. Okay. So just should have 2.5 to go. I think, to be honest, I think the reason that keeps happening is the way that height levels are rendered now. So in case you didn't know, in 1.18 and up, Minecraft added the ability to have biomes differ by Y height. So right now I'm in a deep. Right now it doesn't matter because I'm in a deep lukewarm ocean. So it really only happens below. It only happens in like mountainous areas or underground where you can hit like you'd be like a plains biome, dig down, get into like a lush cave biome or a dripstone biome. But I think because I'm not certain, but my best guess is because there's now like Y level height rendering for biomes, that there's a little bit of added lag when you get up here. Because it only really seems to happen, this like block glitch only really seems to happen as I get higher in the world. I haven't really seen it at like sea level or near sea level. So I would assume that that's what the error is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I sure do love feather falling though. No. I should turn that off, it's really annoying. If I should stay alone, do. Okay. There's half of it done. I wonder if I survive that. I don't feel like I do. Oh. Oops. I think I would have actually survived that very easily. Because I'm in full prop 4, plus I have feather falling 3, I think. No, oh, I feather falling 4, let's go! Sheesh! What is this? Oh. Sheesh! Hello. Bye bye. Oh, oh, that's not good. Okay. I'm going to be needing to dump the fish storage. Let me place some of these down. I should be pulling from this one. If I should stay or lay alone. Be alone, right? I knew that. I definitely knew the lyrics to the song. I definitely knew them. You know what? There's one thing I really enjoy about fishermen villagers, and that's their trades don't really change. You have variation in like the top two trades, but that's kind of it. Which is really nice. It's both nice and bad. It's not bad, but it's both good and a little bit annoying at the same time. Because like if you really need to trade a lot of one thing, then it's good that you're always going to guarantee the trade. But like if you really want something exotic that they don't have, then that kind of sucks. Like I'd really like if fishermen could sell you ink sacs or nautilus shells, but you're not really going to get that. Also, my villagers are at one point this trade was down to three fish. Why is it all the way up to 5? Fishermen aren't supposed to raise their trades for no reason. They're only supposed to raise their trades if you earn a negative reputation with them. And the only way you get a negative reputation is injuring or killing villagers. And I haven't injured or killed any villagers. But these fish were supposed to be 8 emeralds. They're usually at 8 emeralds, and then the other fish are at 3 emeralds. Because the way villagers work is they have, I gotta turn this down. They have 2 different types of like trades lowering. So basically villagers have like a reputation system. If you trade with, I need more fish. So if you trade with villagers heavily, you will earn good reputation and they'll lower their prices. If you trade with them, if you over trade with them, I think they will raise their prices eventually. I'm not certain. It's either if you over trade they'll raise their prices, or that doesn't happen at all. Or it might only happen with one certain thing, but either way, trading with them will initially lower prices and stuff like that. And then if you cure a villager, villagers that see you cure the villager will lower their price for you because you earn good reputation. But any villager that is cured will have their prices permanently lowered. Oh, that's not good at all. Okay. That is a very bad thing. Because that's really bad, since it means my villager, or my iron farm, my little makeshift iron farm is getting a little wacky. So I keep having to expand the glass because iron golems can't spawn on glass, and then they just keep spawning farther and farther, which is very annoying. So I'm just have to keep removing this. There you go. I think I hear a golem die. Yep. Because I really don't want golems spawning down here. For one reason, like obviously the obvious reason is if golems are spawning down here, then they're not spawning in the iron farm, which means no iron. But also, I have quite a few zombies stored down here, and if a like it's 2.5 blocks. Is it 2.5? It's 2 blocks tall, but the top block is a slab, so golems can unfortunately spawn. But if they ever find a way to move around without getting stuck in the block above them, they will absolutely destroy any zombie that's kept in here. Which is something I would like to avoid, because zombies I really don't want to have to go get more zombies. It's not hard, like it'd be actually really easy since I have so many caves lit up, but I would prefer not to have to do it. There we go. Let's put you guys back. That stuff doesn't fit. Hello guys, how are you doing? Alright. What was I doing? Trading a little bit. Right. I was raising the walls of my base. Or I was raising the tower walls. I gotta move this tree farm as well. I might as well do that right now. How many saplings do I have left over? 54. Try and get 60. There we go. Okay. And then I can start gathering some of these because I will need spruce leaves for my build. You know what? I think one of my favorite changes to Minecraft was when they allowed hoes to have like a function outside of farming. When they gave hoes the ability to break like a sort of random blocks like sponge and wheat and the mushroom variants and stuff like that. I think that was really cool because it also allowed you to break leaves. And that's really sick because now you don't have to use shears. Obviously you need a Silk Touch enchanted one, but you can enchant it with Fortune, get better drops. But you can also just break them super easy and not have to worry about ever running out. Because you know, like with shears don't have terrible durability, especially with Unbreaking 3, but if you ever need to break like a lot of leaves, netherite hoes are super efficient. Also gives a reason to use a netherite hoe. Because for the most part, netherite hoes were thought to be useless since you're never going to break it farming, but with the ability to break blocks that are like with the addition to being a preferred tool for certain blocks, it made them useful. I think that's cool. I think that's pretty schlick. Schlick? What? That's not a word. The word I'm looking for is swifty. That's not a word either, it's just a slang, but like schlick isn't a word either. I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't do that. Just realized I broke my way up there. Dude. Kind of like this. I don't know what this is called, but like when you have the bass hit in the song where it stops, it's like do. I like that. Man, my frame rate is dead today. Do I have anything open? Nothing more than usual. My computer's just dying. I haven't named this computer, I don't think. My first laptop I called Billy Bob Joe. But I haven't really named much of my... I think I kept my phone name as iPhone 2 for the longest... No, okay. I think my first phone I renamed to the Titanic because of like a very, very old Walking Dead meme where it's like, where Rick was like, I named my iPhone Titanic Coral because it's sinking. It's sinking, Carl. And then I was really lame, so I renamed my phone that. But I think then I got a new phone and it was called iPhone 2 because I got like when you have a, for those of you who don't know, if you are unfortunate enough to sell your soul to Steve Jobs for an iPhone, you get well actually Steve Jobs is dead, so technically not selling your soul to Steve Jobs. But if you get an iPhone, you have what's called an Apple ID, and you can transfer your Apple ID over devices. So like if you get a new phone, you can transfer your Apple ID over, and it'll transfer like all your settings. So like your wallpaper, maybe not your wallpaper. I actually can't remember if it transfers wallpaper, but it transfers like all your contacts, all your photos, images, and I think it transfers over your apps. I'm just not sure because I haven't done it in a while. But basically, because my old phone was called Titanic, my new phone was called iPhone 2 or something like that, and I just kept it like that. And then when I got my second phone, it was called iPhone 2, and then when I have my current phone, it's also just called iPhone 2. I did name my AirPods though, because I got a pair of AirPods for Christmas like 2-3 years ago, and I named them Shark with 5 A's because I was really obsessed with League, and I was really obsessed with Fizz, so I named them Shark. And at this point, I kind of like having my headphones named just so I can tell them from other things, but no. Weird. I haven't named my PC. I never named my new laptop. I can't remember if I named my old laptop that I spilled water on. Can't remember if I named that. I know my first laptop, I actually still have it. And surprisingly, it still kind of works, but it's got Windows 7 on it. The Windows where like you could go to a start screen and it was different. I actually really like that Windows. Like, it was the Windows where your start screen, like with all your apps, was different than your desktop. I really liked that. I don't know why they got rid of it. It was super cool, but they removed it, unfortunately. Okay. I don't know where I'm gonna put this tree farm, because it doesn't fit in here at the size it's currently at. I can't fit like 16 blocks at a time in it, which is not ideal. So, oops. Wait, actually, is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Okay. There's 3 here, 4 here. I think this is just gonna be too small. At least too small for a spruce farm. I'll put some on it and test, but once I raise the walls, it probably won't work anymore. But I do think it's time to move it. And then I'm crashing right into you. Oof. I can't get through there. Ah, stupid glass glitch. I'm crashing right into you. I also need some more space. I think if I take these and then place all the wood up here, you don't need to be here. Woo! There we go. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna make some of these into blocks. There we go. Sweet. The trades refreshed. There are. Sweet! Come here, my little fishies. Wait. Oh yeah, right. If I don't empty that out, they can't filter back down into it. Duh. At this point, it's more about just getting rid of the fish, rather than getting emeralds. What is this? Oh, well, I gotta have it up for the beat, or the drop. You know what I'm a really big fan of is right before beat drops having like random sound bites and stuff. So like anytime there's like a EDM song with a that's like water themed or like a water named after like a water thing, like a I don't know, like just call it like Sail on the High. I don't know, just like you know a vaguely piratey or water themed name. I really enjoy like drops where it's like release the Kraken and then the drop. There's actually a song I'm referencing a specific song. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like I think it's by that oh god, Goblins to Mars, and it's a Pirates of the Caribbean themed EDM song. And like at the drop it goes walk the plank and then drops and or like release the Kraken and drops and it's super dope. Walk the plank. Goblins to Mars is actually really dope. They have there's like a Star Wars themed song where it's like Darth Vader just goes I have you now and then goes into a drop, which is pretty dope. I mean, like I gotta show it off now, right? Like I can't just say it and then not play it. Goblins from Mars. Sorry, Goblins from Mars, not to Mars. From Mars. They actually have copyright-free songs? No way! That is dope. Goblins from Mars, Tornado, copyright-free. Sheesh. Alright, well, oh yeah, and they have the Harry Potter one, which is really popular as well. Let me see if I can find... Is this it? Dun, da, 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 dun, dun.
Walk the plank.
Yep, there it is.
Walk the plank. Walk the plank.
There's that one, and then there's the Star Wars one, which is right here.
I have you.
Makes some good shit. I love that song. And then there's the Expecto Patronum one, which is Harry Potter themed. Expecto Patronum! It's a really good one. Ta-da! Probably the best one ever. Dun da da dun da dun. This was my middle school soundtrack. There's also another one. Oh god, Bikini Bottom. The SpongeBob trap song. This one was dope. SpongeBob trap remix from Trap Music HDTV. Dun, 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 dun.
It's the dream.
This was in every Vine song ever, or every Vine ever. Oh man, Vine was good. I know TikTok is like essentially the successor of Vine, but it's just not the same. Like Vine was cringy for sure, but to be fair, like it's basically just a concept of nostalgia, right? Looking through rose-tinted glasses at Vine. I swear Vine was better. Am I gonna throw it? There we go. I don't know. Not all Vines were good, but at this point, any of the popular Vine creators are technically just iconic. So it happens. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die, and all that sort of yuckity yuckness. Not yuckity as in like yuck, ew, but more like yuck, like the sound for like laughing, like a yuck yuck yuck. That's a weird way to describe it. Oh, I still have carrots on me. No! Ooh, almost hit that. Okay, what do I need? I need more deep slate, but I have quite a bit saved up, so I could just 2, 3, 4. I think you can just do this, right? Nope. The shadows and you'll see. Oh, I have a lot of levels. Do I want to put more bricks here? Do I want to build the walls here? Do I want to build up the walls? I think I want to build up the walls here. I think it's better if I do them here. Hopefully 4 stacks takes me a good amount. Takes me a good amount of the way. Oh, come on. Whee! A weird dream that I keep remembering where it was a school, but it wasn't any of this. It wasn't a school that I ever went to. And I think I knew most people. It was like a. Was it a school I went to? Wait, hold on. It was like half a school I went to. Like it was like I recognize a corridor, but like the corridor wasn't, the rest of the school wasn't technically part. And basically what it was is the inside of the school. Like I was going there for engineering because, in case you didn't know, at one point in my life I wanted to be an engineer. I didn't know if I think I started off wanting to be a mechanical engineer, and then I wanted to be an architectural engineer, and then actually I think it started off I wanted to be a train conductor when I was little. Like I wanted to be an engineer as in train, like so train conductor. And then I really enjoyed like creating stuff in buildings, so I decided I wanted to be a mechanical engineer. And then in middle school, I had a big flair for being big flair for what the heck was it? I had a big flair for architecture. I really enjoyed using this program called CAD, or not CAD. Oh God, what was it called? Ah, shit, I can't remember the name of it. Like, it had like an 8. Crafting app with an 8. What was it called? Not Octopaint. Not a drawing app. Oh my god, what was it called? Architecture programs. Oh man, I'm never gonna remember what it was called. But basically, in middle school, we had a computer class, right? that we all took, and in one half we actually learned how to do animation with PowerPoint, which is like the lamest thing ever. Like that's such an old thing because PowerPoint is so outdated by now. Like, well, I guess it's not outdated, but like who doesn't use Google Sheets, you know? I'm like, you definitely don't use, you never used PowerPoint for animation ever, but we did, and it was weird. It was like, because we couldn't afford Photoshop or any other like thing, even my school used PowerPoint, which is stupid because my school was not poor. I went to a pretty like not rich high school or not rich middle school, but I went to a pretty well off. I don't know if well off's the right way to describe it. I went to a like it was like in a really rich neighborhood. Like out of all the high schools in my area, because middle schools are what's in my, I don't know if this is true for everywhere, but my middle schools in my area are known as feeder schools. So basically, if you go to this middle school, 90% of the people will go to this high school. And I'm not sure that's like it for everyone, but basically it was a feeder. It was a feeder for like the most. It's, I don't want to say where I live, but it's a feeder for the high school that my town is named after, and it's like the original high school and shit like that. And then like that high school obviously gets a lot of good funding, right? So like it's not like this middle school, and the middle school actually used to be the old high school before it was moved to its new location. So it's like pretty pretty not posh, but a very well-funded middle school. So I don't know why we were so cheap. I don't know why this school was so cheap. And not like cheap as in like cheap to get in, but like cheap as in cheap with the materials they give students to learn from. But anyway, the point I was trying to make was we had an animation section of the school, and then the second section was on architecture. Not architecture, but 3D drafting, specifically in an architecture. Like 3D, I don't know if it wasn't like, I think it was a drafting program, a sketching program. Sketch 8, was it called Sketch 8? I swear I've listened to this song already. Sketch 8 maybe? SketchUp? Sketch 8. SketchUp. It was SketchUp, wasn't it? SketchUp. I don't think it was SketchUp, but it's very similar to SketchUp. No, it was called SketchUp. And SketchUp is basically where you create 3D models, usually of buildings, but you can also create models of whatever you want. And we used it to model buildings, and I really enjoyed it. It's a 3D modeling software, and SketchUp 8, I think it was what it was. And I had a really big flair for architecture through that class, and I decided I wanted to do architectural engineering. And then I got into high school, and I ended up falling in love with. I went to my high school specifically for baseball and their academy. So the school had 4 academies, I think. They had a sports academy. They had my academy, which is called GETA, Green Energy and Technology Academy. They had MPTA, which was like a more like hands-on is not the right word. More like a not construction. It was mechanical. Ooh, I don't actually remember. Basically, they did. They're very similar to my program, where they did a lot of like building projects, but it was more like not hands-on, more more oriented towards like the physical aspect of building, where my academy was more oriented towards specific designs for building. It was the Green Energy Academy, so we did a lot of green energy based builds. So for example, we built this hydroelectric bucket, we built wind turbines, not like a huge high quality wind turbines, but like homemade wind turbines. And then So like not like the 30-foot high ones you see all over the world, but we did that. We built solar powered go-karts. Was it solar powered? Wait. Solar powered go-kart, right? Wait, no. I can't remember what we powered our go. We powered our go-karts with batteries, but I don't remember what we charged them with. No, it was solar powered go-karts. We powered them with a solar panel. We built like solar ovens. That's just like a solar oven sounds cool, but it's just a box that you stick in the sun to bake cookies with. What else did we do? We did a lot of things, like we would go a lot of places and talk to green energy professionals, which was really cool. You know, like meeting with SMUD. God, what was the solar area? Villara was one of them. We had to design a project for a company where we were trying to give them like mock-up designs to help increase their. They were trying to build like a solar, not a solar farm, but like they were trying to build a parking lot, and they wanted to increase the green potential of it. So they were like, oh, should we put like what's the most efficient design we can make with solar panels to increase solar output, stuff like that. A lot of things like that, basically. Where was I going with this? I had a point. Right, so I went there for the Geta Academy and baseball, and I ended up falling in love with the academy. Like I enjoyed what I did so much in the academy. I decided instead of doing like mechanical engineering, I wanted to try doing engineer like doing something green related, like not like ecological engineering or electrical engineering. I think at one point I was looking into electrical engineering, but something like that. Why was I talking about engineering? Because that fell through, obviously, but that was something I really enjoyed. I had a point for, I can't remember what the point I was talking about was. I rambled on for so long. Okay, that should be the last of this. That should actually be the entire first layer done. Well, I still need to put the colored stuff in. But I don't know if I want to do that out of... I don't know what material I want to do that out of yet, so I'm not going to start it. But that is it. That is the entirety of the bottom layer done, and I'm just going to tear this down as well. Actually, maybe not yet. I might still end up using it. Alright, so that's done. I don't know if I want to keep building that. I'm kind of bored of it. I kind of want to dig. Oh, you know what I should do? So the reason I built specifically this Guardian farm was I really needed sea lanterns. And back in the good old days of this world, before I had access to ubiquitous cannot be the right word. Ubiquitous definition. Present, appearing, or found everywhere. Oh, I guess ubiquitous was kind of the right word. But until I had access to such a large plethora is an oxymoron. Until I had access to this plethora of sea lanterns, I needed a light source, and I was super lazy, so I didn't want to farm glowstone or trade for glowstone, and I didn't want to farm shroom lights. So what I did is I used a death dupe to clone beacons. And there was so many I have so many beacons in my base, and I want to get rid of all of them because it looks super sus. Like, it looks mad sus that I have so many beacons because they're obviously duped. But I don't like that they're duped, so I'm going to get rid of all of them and replace them all with sea lanterns. And I think now would be a good time to actually start that project. It's going to take a while because I have a lot of beacons. So any beacon I currently have that's not being used as a beacon should be used. I'm going to chuck in the fire. And no joke, I'm going to burn them. And it's gonna be a little painful to watch, I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm a little like, you know, it's a lot of beacons, I don't want to throw them away. But I have like multiple, I have like many stacks of them duped, and I'm like, no, we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna fix the mistake I did. All right, I'm gonna fix. It's a bit of immaturity, a bit of laziness, and I'm going to remedy that. So I've been crafting up a lot of sea lanterns. The other thing is sea lanterns are just like a super useful block in and of themselves because they're a lighting block and they're actually a really pretty lighting block. So it's not like So I didn't just decide to make the Guardian farm because I wanted sea lanterns because they're to fix the mistake. Because initially I wanted sea lanterns because they're sea lanterns, right? Sea lanterns are like a very coveted item. I don't know if coveted is the right word, but they're very profitable. Profitable? I play single player. Profitable is not the right word. Sea lanterns are like a very useful block because of their very pretty design. So I needed a lot of sea lanterns. I finally finished my sea lantern farm. Well, my guardian farm. As you can see, I have quite a few sea lanterns. I'm ready. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna craft up what I have in here. Then I'm gonna go back to my home base and start replacing sea lanterns with, or replacing beacons with sea lanterns. And then I'm not gonna burn them all today, because what I want to do is I want to like gather every single beacon that I've placed that I want to take all those beacons that I duped and burn them in like a giant bonfire. And I know that doesn't really apply since technically there's no such thing as a bonfire in Minecraft. But maybe I'll build it. Maybe I'll build a giant fire. Maybe I'll just throw them off into some lava. Who knows? But basically, I want to get rid of all of them in a very big way because I'm sick and tired of having the duped items. Anything else I duped, I'm gonna keep it. Like any of the redstone or firework rockets or chests. Those are lame. Like, right? I duped those out of convenience. I'm gonna keep them. But anything rare I duped, that's a lie. I'm keeping the diamonds. Actually, maybe I should chuck them. It would be the right thing to do to chuck the diamonds as well, and the netherite. But the only way to get rid of the netherite is to throw it into the void, and I don't know if I have the stomach for that. I'll think about it though. Like, it is the right thing to do, so I should do it. Doesn't mean I will, but I'll think about it. Oh, I really should. I'll show you how much netherite I have. I think I've also duped a lot of my armor, but that armor is not going anywhere. Because the armor, I think the initial armor is real, and then the armor, I just have like a lot of copies of it. Don't even know what set I'm on. How much armor has been lost to the void. Probably the void specifically as well. But at the very least, I'm gonna fix my mistake of beacons, because the beacon, the reason I even wanted beacons was for lighting. Lighting that couldn't be washed away, like full block lighting. And now that I have sea lanterns, I no longer have any need for beacons. So we're gonna be getting rid of them. Eventually. It'll take me a while. Because I have a lot of beacons placed down. Like, even in my base, I have a lot of beacons. Okay, there we go. Look, I even have there's a shulker box in my house that actually has, well, in my base, not my house. There's a shulker box like in my base that's literally full of stacks of not sea lanterns, of beacons. And I always just look at it, I'm like, yeah, this is mad. It looks wrong. It just looks bad to have it. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Cause like, the reason I don't like having it is it always makes it look like I cheated stuff in this world. Alright, and maybe I have in the like, not gonna lie, in the past when I was younger, I definitely rage at something and built some stuff and created I won't lie to you, in the past, like I've had stuff die, so like stupid stuff, and then I've fixed the error and created it. So like, even recently, in the past, I've been using this data pack, free cam data pack, so I can look under for unlit caves, right? And I accidentally left my world when I was still in the free cam mode without switching back to my body, and it left an unkillable armor stand in its place. So like an armor stand I couldn't wash it away with water, I couldn't kill it with a sword in creative or with lava or anything. So the only way to get rid of it was to use creative mode, and I tried, like even in creative mode I couldn't kill it, so I had to slash kill it, and I accidentally slash killed every single entity in my current in the base around here, and I definitely spawned them all back in. And I don't feel good about it. Like I don't feel great about going into creative to save them, but like also they were killed because of my inability to use commands right. And I felt like it wasn't fair to have them be killed because I was trying to get rid of like a data pack thing. So like I did bring them back through that, and I feel like it feels kind of wrong, but also I'm not gonna undo it. Like not all these villagers. It was like I think 4 villagers over there, and then I think some villagers in my villager brooder as well, because they all had died. And then anything in my world that's named like junior or the second or the third. Well, if it's the second, it was killed off the slash kill. But if it's called the third, then I accidentally killed the second. That was spawn. So all those sheep I had to respawn. This guy, his name was Snart, I believe. I had to respawn him, and then he died again. So this is the third iteration, actually. I killed a bunch of cats, but I hadn't claimed any of them yet, so that's fine. These golems are all new. What else did I kill? Oh, so the really big loss when I accidentally did that was my pet Zoglin Zerg. So that's actually Zerg the Third. Zerg the Third. Because the second one, when I summoned him in, he took a lot of damage, but I think I healed him back up, and then I think I accidentally let him despawn, so I had to get a third. Or I slash killed him. I can't remember. I don't think I'm pretty sure he despawned. But anyway, I'm gonna get rid of all these shards just because I'm gonna be overflowing if I don't. I swear to God, I actually have listened to this song earlier. Tripping over my flows. I think I turned it up too. Let's get rid of that stuff, and then I need a bunch of sea lanterns. So I'm gonna go fill up. I think now I have so many sea lanterns. So like initially, ooh, that's the wrong one. Initially when I was lighting up caves for, let's pretend that never happened. Initially when I was lighting up caves for my base, I could only make, like, if I was lucky, a stack of sea lanterns at a time. So like I would only be able to light up so many caves. And then towards the end I got more than enough sea lanterns to light up like every single cave. But I think now I only lit up like the bare minimum. I think I still have some caves I missed actually. I'm not technically done, but I did the bare minimum lighting up in the area. I think what I'm going to do is light up soon, not now. Maybe not soon. But eventually I'm going to light up all the caves that I can. What? Oh, my portal's in here. I actually don't have an inn now. Eventually I will light up more caves because the way I decided to light up caves is I went from the middle of my base and I went from the Guardian Farm and I built out 128 blocks from the Guardian Farm. So technically there is about 20 to 30 blocks that I can, so if I move anywhere else in my base, then anything, then there's stuff that can spawn in that radius. So technically I need to light up an extra 30, maybe 40 blocks on every side, but I'm basically just going to go into caves that are close and just light them all up, because I have so many sea lanterns. So, this is what I mean by I have so many beacons. Let me show you. I can do this. All the light sources underneath this island are beacons. And I need to replace them, every single one of them, with sea lanterns. So I'm going to do that right now. So if I recall correctly, the beacons are spaced 5 blocks apart. So there's 5 blocks of space and then a beacon. And I saw quite a few of them. Oh god, where's the first one? I want to go to like the very, there it is. I'm gonna go to those ones. Using free cam does feel a little whack, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, where is it? Oh god. Oh. There you are. Okay, so this one. Oh, mining beacons take so long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. This is what I will be doing for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. Also, since I'm doing that, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I didn't do the water. 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. Good. Ugh. And I think a good idea would be, until I have all of them actually placed, oops, is to keep them uncovered so I know which ones I have done and which ones I haven't. It's probably a good idea. And the beacons stretch from this side all the way over there, so there's a lot. I put a lot of beacons down because, why did I do it? I wanted to create a very safe spawn island, well, spawn chunks, and I also wanted to, you know, spawn proof them a little bit, because I have a slime chunk in the, initially I had a slime chunk in the middle of the spawn chunks, and then I moved it over there, but did I not place in the water? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be I'm gonna place a sea lantern here. Whoa, that's a might bit a little too much sand there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. What? Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Well, I guess I missed a spot. Unless I place them over here. No, I didn't. Okay. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. Something's hinky here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. I guess I just didn't place some down here. Oh, I actually didn't. I remember I didn't finish this place off. I was just gonna use carpet. Because initially I was using what is it called? Initially I was using beacons, and then I switched to carpet because carpet is super easy to dupe, and carpet duping is like, I don't consider it duping, even though it 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and then bam. Like, it's carpet duping is where you build like the slime block contraption to dupe. I'm like, I don't consider that a form of duping. Even though you might consider it, and I understand where you're coming from, but I don't. Because it's been a known thing for a while and it's not been patched, so I consider it to be a perfectly legitimate source of carpets. especially since like things like zero tick farms were patched, but carpet tipping wasn't. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna put some lanterns on here. I actually have a plan to use this specific structure. This is actually where I spent my first night, I think. So I have plans to use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. So I actually have a plan to use this for a farm. I can't remember what the farm was at the time, but I think there might be a spawner underneath it that I want to bring up. So something like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. There you go. I'm not gonna light up everything. I just want to finish the grid off. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. So initially, like I said, my plan was to use lights everywhere to block spawns, but then I figured carpets are a little bit easier because of how lighting works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So like technically 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then bam. Oopsies. They changed mob spawning recently, so a hostile mob cannot spawn in a light level that's above 0, but before that they could spawn in like 7 and below. So I wanted to remove that, but lighting just seemed, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. Lighting seemed to be a little bit inefficient because of like spots right here where you have blocks all around it, but because of hills, some blocks get blocked off. And I don't need this stuff anymore. 3, 4, 5. Oh, hello. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an old creeper hole. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, there we go. But to be honest with you, the carpets are just really, really ugly, and I'm not a huge fan of them. Like the grass block, the green carpets don't look terrible. But what does look terrible is the yellow carpet. An easier way to do this would just be to get rid of all the carpet, but I'm not certain that I want to do that yet. And also, gross. Okay, get out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here. Go, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beacon. Dude, I swear to God, I've heard this same song 3 times in a row. Yeah, this is the exact same song I've already skipped. Absolutely, it is. It's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 600 songs in this playlist. There you go. I don't know if I want to do that one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there should be a beacon right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. I'm missing a row actually. I should be doing this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one should be sea lantern. I think I didn't place one there because of the mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the reason I started using carpets, was you could preserve the like how it looks without using lighting to disrupt it and just use carpets instead, but I like sea lanterns over carpets. And I will stand upon this hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will stand upon this hill. Ah, was probably the lamest thing I could have ever said, but I said it. I'm really not digging. The more I look at it, because I haven't been in this area in a while, at least for an extended amount of time, I really hate the look of these carpets. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. These carpets are so ugly. Again, like the green, I don't hate as much. 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. But I just hate these yellow carpets. They are so bad looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. It's just so, ugh. Like, I know I'm not the best builder in the world, but 3, 4, 5. But seriously, surely I had more respect for myself than this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. Right? Like, any self-respecting human wouldn't build this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know the thing that's really annoying about this is I didn't even light up the caves as much, so they're not even spawn-proofed that much here. So like look, I barely did any cave lighting. And I mean, I used carpets instead of lights as well. Like, I barely did anything here. How can I? Oh, there's a lush cave system down here, and it looks dope. Hello, definitely gonna use this for something, cause this thing looks sick. Oh my god, yeah, I'm definitely using this cave for something. That looks dope. I think I've listened to this one as well. Dude, I swear, there's literally 611 songs here. And this is a repeat as well! Maybe I should turn shuffle off, that would help. Oh my, there's no world it came back to. This is the 5th time it's come back to this song. Oh my god. I'm gonna turn off shuffle and see if that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna do with my spawn chunks. Spawn chunks are actually a pretty valuable, not valuable, but like a really useful resource. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because you can use them, you can use the spawn chunks for quite a few things. Because spawn chunks have the unique property where any 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spawn chunks are permanently loaded. Which basically means you can be away from the spawn chunks, and things like farms and farms will still run. Mobs won't spawn because the player's not there. So, like hostile mobs won't spawn. I'm not sure if iron golems do. But like, if you like any farms you have, like the pumpkin farm, the wheat farm, sorry, the sugarcane farm, not wheat farm. Those will still work in the spawn chunks. And the other thing you can do with spawn chunks, which is really cool, is create this thing called a mob switch. And that essentially involves getting, how to explain this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's this thing called a hostile mob cap in Minecraft, which basically means 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's this thing called a mob cap in Minecraft, which basically means that you can only have so many entities spawned at the same time. And I think it works I don't think like you can spam boats, but basically 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have, I don't know what the mob cap is, but let's use the number 50. Let's say the mob cap for Minecraft is 50, which means if you have 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 space. If you have 50 zombies around a player, no more zombies can spawn because you've hit the mob cap. 1, 2, right here. So if you can do this really cool thing called a mob switch, where because in a world the spawn chunks are permanently loaded, if you put in 50 hostile mobs, then the mob cap will hit its limit and stop spawning mobs wherever you are. So basically, what a mob switch is you, I think the only time I've ever seen it done is in SciCraft. So you'll do this thing where essentially, and I'm not sure if it still works, but if it does, it's really cool. You basically find the border of your spawn chunks, and you'll throw in 50 you'll throw in the number of mob cap, like mobs needed, into the spawn chunks, which will essentially disable any mob spawning and make your world basically peaceful. Now the reason I'm not sure if that still works is there's this other type of farm called an EOL farm, which means end of light. 4, 5, and what an EOL farm does is it creates light suppression, which stops mobs from spawning, I think. And the way it works is really weird. I don't exactly understand it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And basically, it's like a huge, massive farm that's supposed to disable mob spawning somehow, but I don't actually know how it works. 2, 3, 5. But it's like really big and complicated, so I'm not sure if the mob switch still works. It should, in theory, but they might have changed it. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a reason that mob switches, or the spawn chunks, can be really useful. Which is why I put carpets down. But I want to get rid of them because they're ugly. And it's not like I'm scared of mobs spawning or anything, because I'm not. 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'm worried about is specifically creepers spawning, because I don't pay attention for them anymore when I'm in my bases, since I have mob spawning, or I have mob proofing basically everywhere, and I just don't like getting my stuff blown up, especially when I have like a lot of things out in the open. So like my villager farm is actually not closed off, so if a creeper were to just walk in, it could kill all my villagers, which is why I like mob spawning or mob proofing. Oops. Okay. This is a very boring and tedious work that I don't want to do anymore, I can't lie. It's not fun. This is boring. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. This is just so goddamn boring. There's not even that many there's not even that many to place, you know, but just enough. Not even just enough. It's just, there's not that many, they just take so long to break. I'm just a little hesitant to break any carpets, even though in theory it should work. It's Morbin time. Oh, it's... Ugh. It's Morbin time. Stand back. I'm beginning to morb. Ah, nuts. Whew. Another thing I don't have in this world is a Heart of the Sea. Wait, no. A conduit. I have a Heart of the Sea. I have a lot of Heart of the Seas, but I don't have any conduits. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to... I don't remember... Did I say this? What I was thinking was... my spawn chunks specifically in this world are kind of rare to me. Because they're actually old world generation. Pre-117 pre-117 world generation. So you won't find biomes that look quite like this anymore. And I'm not certain how different plains biomes specifically look, but I know a lot more biomes look really epic. So things like I'm not certain how. Okay, so here's the thing. I only play this world, so I don't know actually the extent, because I've taken a look around at different worlds and stuff. I'm not certain to the extent how different generation looks for specific biomes. So like this biome, you might not ever see a biome look like this again, or play. Because how do I explain this without sounding stupid? Plains biomes. Oops. Plains biomes look like this, right? They used to just be like this very flat thing. I know what like new terrain generation looks like, and it's very epic looking. But only for certain biomes. I'm not sure if plains biomes still look like plains biomes used to. You know what? I'm just gonna finish this row, and then I'm gonna do something else because I'm tired of it. Is this love potion? It is. Potion. Okay, there we go. It's pretty good progress, I think. Pretty good Don't you look at me like that, cow. I understand. So it just looks bad, the carpet. Like, it's not okay, the green carpet looks pretty similar enough, but I just don't like it. Especially right here where I don't have it carpeted. Hey. Yeah. Oh, I should really do it in here though, because I have this. Yeah, I cannot be bothered to do it right now. I never even finished the inside of this base, and the reason for that is I have no idea what to do with the inside of this base. I'm fresh out of ideas for how to do it. So like I literally have no idea what to do with the inside. I have a few things planned, but none of them look good enough to me. And I think the main reason I can't do anything with the build is I started putting like a villager farm down here, or like a trading hall, and it just doesn't fit. Like I can't do anything with the build with this here, and it just looks bad. This like should be coated like a churl. Oh, another thing I did, I'm really upset, is I blew up. So I came back and I realized that my cobblestone my stone farm was broken, like the TNT was missing, so I went to rebuild it, messed up. Then I went to rebuild again, messed up, and then I fixed it. Well, I didn't fix it, like I rebuilt the TNT duper and it worked, and then I blew it up. So right now it is currently not operational because I blew it up. And I just couldn't be bothered to fix it because I don't really need stone right now. So I do want to rebuild this because it's a very efficient farm, but it'll have to take a backseat. I think what happened is I might have accidentally left it running, and it's in the spawn chunk, so it just went on forever until it blew itself up. Through some, I don't know how it blew itself up, but it did. Look how, Jesus. Hello, hello, hello. What's all this then? And like like the spawn chunks, like my spawn base just looks bad. It doesn't look good, so I need to, eventually I need to do something with it. Because currently, another problem I had with this world is I got creative locked. No, don't hit it. Ah! I'm so annoyed. I was trying to hit it once so it would be low enough for the skeleton to kill it, but the skeleton shot it as I hit it, delaying the knockback, so it didn't get knocked back enough and it exploded. It's really unfortunate. Where's my food? There it is. But yeah, so like my base looks lame. There's no two ways about it. It just doesn't look good. Like you have the creeper farm, you got the iron farm, but then the base just looks like I really liked this base design when I first saw it and I used it, but it just doesn't look good anymore. And that's the sort of the problem, is I've been kind of creatively locked with this, like with this spawn, this like sort of spawn peninsula, and it's kind of a spawn island because it's got, if I actually dig out here, I can make it a spawn island, which I might, maybe. But like it just looks bad right now. Oh, you know what I just realized? I think my mesa, I used to have a mesa out in this direction. It might have gotten deleted because I've reset the chunks in this world to get new terrain generation. Since this world's from 1.14, the terrain, like the mesa that used to be here, might be gone forever, which would really suck. So here's the thing, I'm not going to tear this build down, but I just don't think I can continue with it. It looks so bad. It just looks so bad. I literally have my beginner farm still up. Oh my god. Like I have my beginner farm still up. Well, my iron farm is my beginner farm as well, but I have this my old storage system as well. Like the Dragon Age just sitting out here. It might be time to really change this. Just don't know what to do with it. And you see all the beacons here that need to be replaced. I just have no idea how I'm going to. That's loud. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. The other thing I need to fix is my nether. My nether looks really bad. Maybe I'll fix that right now, actually. But I don't know what to do with it. Maybe not. Okay. I think. Oh, my animals. I'm actually gonna be done. Over there. Gotta feed the cats as well. Rip. I might be. I don't know. I might be. I don't have any idea for what to do right now. Like I don't. I want to do a lot of different projects, but I need to design them. And I think I think I want to do that. Actually, I don't know. Oh well. Bye.